everybody, this is PitchGoldBlack here, and welcome to a rather unusually quiet Doctor Who video, in which today I'm not going to have any music whatsoever because people are starting to get annoyed with the music, and uh, the sum up in short, I basically use like any music that I can find that I quite like that I think suits the video on YouTube Creative Commons video editor thing, and sometimes music that I use, no matter how low I put the music, um, in terms of volume for the video, the music will still sound loud because of like the original upload volume of that video, if that makes sense. So I don't think I'm going to be including any more music in my video, and this is not only, well, I guess you could say this video is more of an experiment for that kind of thing. Um, but the main sort of topic of this kind of random video is that I want to just do something that I thought, hey, that would be a good idea, and I just said, hey, let's do it. And this is a video, God, I'm rambling already. And this is a video in which I'm going to go through some things that I would like to see from the target range, from the target book range. Now, as you know, target books are technically a debunked Doctor Who book range, not really much doing with them or happening with them anymore. However, these are a group of things, but still things are still happening with the target books nowadays, which is quite nice to see considering they're my favourite range. So this is just a little top 5 list of of things that I would like to see that to happen to the target range, and things I'd like to see come from this target range. And this is a top 5, as I just said, and some of these are actually happening, namely the 2 that I'll mention, and some of these are just ideas I have. And also, just to note, this list is in no particular order. So starting off at number 5 in this non-specifically ordered video, we have novelizations of Resurrection and Revelation of the Daleks. Now, casting your mind back to sort of 2010, sort of 2011 era, sort of year, we had 5 Doctor Who novelizations of classic series stories that, well, just never happened. The being are the 2 that I just mentioned, Resurrection and Revelation of the Daleks, Shada and the City of Death and the Pirate Planet. Shada, of course, we got back in about 2012, which is an absolute must-read in my opinion. Fantastic book, don't be put off by its length, although it does drag in some areas. And of course, City of Death in 2015. And we've also got an impending Pirate Planet hardback coming out. I think the slated release date now is 5th or 6th of January next year, 2017, which hopefully still happens because it's been delayed and delayed because of so much copyright bullshit. It's weird to think that not Shada and City of Death got held back by copyright issues, but yet Pirate Planet is getting held back by copyright issues for things to do with Douglas Adams and whatnot. So you'd think that if the BBC very easily enough got Shada the license to publish hardbacks novelizations of Shada and City of Death, you would think they would easily get, like, I don't know, a Pirate Planet, permission to do a Pirate Planet novelization easily enough. But unfortunately, no, it doesn't appear to be the case, which really doesn't make any sense whatsoever in my opinion. So with all of those novelizations coming out, also with the Pirate Planet hardback coming out and Shada and City of Death already been published, it gives us more hope that novelizations of these 2 Dalek stories will be published sometime down the road. Unfortunately, however, weirdly enough, it's extremely unlikely that this will happen because Eric Saward doesn't want them to happen, apparently, or just doesn't want them to be novelized, which is a very odd choice in my opinion. Apparently Eric Saward actually hated the stories. I can understand why with Revelation, but freaking Resurrection is just... I honestly, I think I might prefer Resurrection of the Daleks over to Caves in terms of like a Fifth Doctor story, but I think both of them are tied in my opinion. So, um, but yeah, it'll be good to see hardback novelizations in the style of Shada, City of Death, and hopefully Pirate Planet, of Resurrection and Revelation, but it is extremely unlikely that they will happen. As you might have guessed, number 4 is the upcoming hardback of The Pirate Planet. Not a terrible lot to say on this, but it's something I'm still anticipating nonetheless, mainly to get a complete trilogy of the big Adams hardbacks, which in itself is incorrect because Destiny of the Daleks is an idea from him, believe it or not, and it was Terry Nation that just wrote it. Or was it the other way around? An idea by Terry Nation and Douglas Adams was the uncredited writer. It's something like that. It's quite unbelievable that Destiny of the Daleks was actually written by Dougie Adams. I mean, looking back on it, it's got all these sort of traits and stuff. But yeah, Pirate Planet, upcoming hardback, I'm anticipating. Kind of dreading it at the same time though, because well, it's the Pirate Planet and a truly crap story from the Key to Time. Number 3, we have more Target hardbacks. Now, as you probably know, Target hardbacks were a sort of limited edition of the paperbacks done by W.H. Allen, as you probably do know. But what you may not know is that not all of these targets got treatment. I cannot say an exact number on this, but to my knowledge, nearly all of the 60s and 70s novelizations got the hardback treatment. The 80s was extremely scattered, with them barely happening at all, with barely any of them happening at all. Believe it or not, only I think about 5 targets total, maybe 6, got hardback treatment from the 6th and 7th Doctors combined alone, which is very interesting. So getting hardback treatments of these ones that didn't originally get hardback treatment would be a nice thing. So like, I'd quite like to have a Curse of Fenric hardback, which at this point in time is something I'll never see. But with something that I'm going to get onto in a minute, it seems like this possibility is, well, not impossible. And number 2 is, of course, as you're probably also anticipating, another batch of the BBC Target reprints of the ones we have gotten in recent years. Which I really like. They could have done a bit of a better job, in my opinion, with the covers with the recent ones, but some of them were good. Kind of like the Vengeance one. The Vengeance one is alright. Sixth Doctor's face is really weird though. Nice replica of the Zarbi and Web Planet covers. Battlefield covers crap. Invasion of the Dinosaurs covers a nice replica. Genesis is a nice replica. And Visitation's got quite a decent cover, although the Pteroleptor was a bit stuck on. However, paperbacks, I think, may get this sort of reprint treatment, in my opinion, or these are just ones that I think may get this sort of Target reprint treatment, are Marco Polo, the Aztecs, the Dalek Invasion of Earth, the War Machines, Macra Terror, Timber Men, War Games, Terror of the Autons, Planet Spiders, Giant Robot, Pyramids of Mars, Face of Evil, Robots of Death, Talons of Wang Chiang, Invisible Enemy, Kinder, Snake Dance, and Caves of Androzani. All of which I see getting this reprint treatment and are ones that I would personally like to see get this treatment. And now moving on to number 1, which is something that we are actually getting, and what are kind of now being sort of nicknamed as quote-unquote facsimile replica hardbacks of the original Frederick Muller books, which are basically just going to be like, I guess you would say, page for page, sort of cover for cover, reprints or repressing or reprints or sort of replicas of the original Frederick Muller's published back in the 60s. In my opinion, this is a very, very, very interesting choice in terms of reprints to be done, in my opinion. Quite a odd and I guess you'd say left field sort of thing to do. But in my opinion, this sort of make up with it, because make up for the amount of Target reprints that we got this year, because This year we only got 7 Target reprints, whereas in 2010, 2011, or 2011, 2012, we only got we got 15 of the things, I believe, possibly 16, maybe even 14, I don't know. So a very interesting choice for these Target hardbacks to be reissued, and of course it sort of bodes for my, as mentioned earlier, idea of the hardbacks that didn't originally get, or Targets that didn't originally get treatment should or may get hardback treatment sometime down the road. So yeah, these are one of my most anticipated book releases, without question, and I cannot wait for them to come out in November. Mainly considering that we are going to kind of be getting sort of ancient artifacts from the deep, dust-covered realms of the Doctor Who book universe, but also because the Frederick Muller original cover of the Crusaders is, without question, one of my favorite book covers ever. And that pretty much concludes this sort of short and quick sort of video on things that I would like to see happen with the Target books sometime down the line. Do you like my picks? What do you think of my picks? What are your opinions? What do you think? What would you like to see from this range in the future, of the books in the future? So yeah, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Picture Go Black, dematerializing.